I've said it before and I'll say it again. I so love getting hate comments from woke, virtue-signaling leftists because that's where your true colours show, and it's what distinguishes libtards from liberals. Because as I explained in a previous video, they're not the same thing. Most of my friends and family are liberals or leftists, and I love them dearly. We can discuss things intelligently. But libtards are the ones that are so full of hate and judgment, which comes shining through once you scratch beneath that thin veneer of fake virtue. So the comment I'm going to share with you today is in response to this video, which I posted recently. Have you heard the president's words in his speech on illegal immigration? Let me read to you from the transcript. You'll be deported if you plan to enter the US illegally. Your chances of getting caught and sent back just went up. The actions I'm taking are not only lawful, they're the kinds of actions taken by every single Republican president and every single Democratic president for the past half century. How does that make you feel? I'll tell you what, why don't I play you the video so you can hear it straight from the president's mouth.
You'll be deported. If you plan to enter the U.S. illegally, your chances of getting caught and sent back just went up. The actions I'm taking are not only lawful, they're the kinds of actions taken by every single Republican president and every single Democratic president for the past half century.
Did you know that Obama has deported more illegals than any other US president? Obviously, I wouldn't be surprised if you didn't know that. It wasn't considered very newsworthy at the time. He was just doing his job. So yeah, my post is a little provocative. I'm not saying where I stand on the issue. I didn't say I support Trump's policies or the way his administration is carrying them out. But I'm just asking a simple question. Why was there not the same media fanfare and outrage over the fact that Obama deported more illegals than any other US president in history? Because as we all know, behind the figures, the more than 3 million people he deported, there are families, there are stories. So why do people care so much less about those stories than the ones we're seeing today? I'm just asking a question and opening a conversation. No hate, no judgment, just curiosity. But Melanie here was not happy. I'm not going to read you the entire message because for the first half of the message, she just copied and pasted his entire speech, Obama's speech that is. And it's quite a noble speech, which I would agree with, while doing his job, that which he was elected for, which entails deporting illegal immigrants, as any government would do. He talks about the need for a common sense middle ground approach. No one would argue with that. And he insists that it's just felons that are being deported. Felons, not families. Criminals, not children. Gang members, not a mom who's working hard to provide for her kids. I think we can all agree on that. And I do believe that's what Trump is doing as well. And those who can pass a criminal background check and prove that they are able to contribute lawfully to American society have the right to apply to stay temporarily without fear of deportation. Yeah, that makes sense. It's just about getting the criminals out, the ones who do not pass the criminal record check, who are not abiding by the terms of their stay in the US, which is to follow the law. Well, there aren't any terms if you're illegal, but you know what I mean. Some deportees have been on student visas, which do require you to follow the law. I myself traveled the world in my student days on student visas, and there were conditions. And if I would break those conditions, I would be obligated to return to my beautiful home. So anyway, after Melanie finishes transcribing Obama's very run-of-the-mill speech, sorry Melanie if I'm mispronouncing your name, I don't mean to offend you. She goes on to say, "Of course, you Do you know what? I don't think I can say this because I think this is considered hate speech. This is like far-right extremist hate speech, so I can't utter it myself. So let's rephrase it. Of course, you desperate riding MAGA idiots would have is that in Cantonese. Yeah, it's a cute word, isn't it? Of course, you desperate riding MAGA idiots would leave every other part out to spread false information and want to believe anything that fits your ignorant agenda. Try again, babes. Trump did say he loves stupid people, and y'all love him back so blindly. Wow, where do I begin? First of all, hold on a sec. I need to get off this D before I can continue. Oh, that's more comfortable. Now, I feel very judged right now. In fact, if I was a snowflake like you, I would probably report you for hate speech. So you're lucky that I'm not. So yeah, you can call me a Jojo rider. I can take that on the chin. I can take it up the, I don't feel hurt by that. But you obviously don't approve. Otherwise you wouldn't have used it as an insult, would you? And this type of homophobic hate speech is just so unbecoming of a young lady. And ironically, I can't think of an instance where a conservative has used that type of language to attack me. Or not even me. This was an attack on over half of the US population. How do all you MAGAs out there feel about that? How do you feel about the fact that this young lady has accused you all of riding Jojo? And that she obviously believes that it somehow makes you a more abhorrent person. As I said, I'm not a snowflake, so it's not my style to get offended or to block people or report them for hate speech. Personally, I think the best approach to bigots is just to hold a mirror up to them. Would you agree? And before I close this video, is there anybody else out there watching this who has also been attacked by libtards? You know, those nasty, unintelligent ones who are so indoctrinated to despise anybody with a different viewpoint from them and refuse to discuss but resort to insult instead. The ones who have to virtue signal so hard to hide their bigotry and hatred. Have any of you guys out there also suffered verbal abuse at the hands of these types? Let me know in the comments. And as ever, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and do please subscribe to my channel if you're not already doing so. As a new YouTuber, it really helps my performance and I appreciate it so much. Thank you.